So once again, good morning to everyone. So for today, we will be discussing all about digital self. Okay, so if we are talking about digital self, syempre ito yung mga membership ninyo, ay yung mga ginagawa ninyong profile sa cyberspace. Okay, so for an supplemental information, okay, you can always at your own pace watch this video. I have included the link so you can watch it in your own time. Okay, so for today, our topic would include social media and what is social media and how it is used for online bullying. Kasi di ba prevalent ang bullying lalo na sa online. Hindi lang yan sa face-to-face nangyayari, including online at much malala pa sa online. Okay? And then we'll also discuss online identity and self in cyberspace as well as extended self in digital world. And we will talk about cyberbullying, its definition, and the different types of cyberbullying. Okay. Okay, so let's just define what is social media. So social media, according to Merriam-Webster, okay, it is a form of electronic communication such as website for social networking and microblogging, and through which users create only to communicate, okay, share information, ideas, personal messages, and other content. So, yun ang ginagamit natin, especially nung nag-pandemic tayo, di ba? Masyadong tumaas ang statistics in terms of the population, yung kung sino-sino, what age bracket ang gumagamit ng social media, kung gaano ka-prevalent ang gumagamit ng social media, as well as yung mga incidents na nag-rise because of the prevalent use of social media. Okay, so screen challenge. Okay, so we just have to be honest with ourselves, right? We just have to be honest kasi aminin man natin sa hindi, talagang napakahaba ng oras ang iginugugol natin sa harap ng ating laptop, ng computer, o ng ating mga mobile phones. Okay? So, yung sinasabing screen challenge. Okay? Kasi ang laki ng impact, no? Ang laki ng impact ng ating extended time na ginugugol sa in front of the screen, okay? Using all of these technologies. Ang bata pa lang, nasira na yung kanilang mga mata, no? May problema na sa mga mata. Ako, nung before the pandemic, at my age, hindi pa ako nagsasalamin. I can still read even without glasses. But when pandemic came, so then nag-shift tayo ng online classes, ay talaga naman na naramdaman ko yung effect nun sa health ko. So, lumabo yung mata ko, nag-gain ako ng weight kasi static, lagi ka lang nakaupo, at yung, alam mo yon yung mga pananakit ng katawan, evident kasi hindi ka gumagalaw eh. Hindi ka mobile. So, ang daming impact nun lalo na sa health. Okay, sa health natin. Okay. So, we will going to look back, okay, on how Donald Winnicott, Donald Winnicott define or distinguish what is true self versus the false self. So we said before the true self has a sense of integrity, and it is the sense of self which is based on instinctive and authentic experiences and a feeling of being alive. Because Donald Winnicott theorized that the self has both this true self and the false self. Okay? So, sinasabi nga that true self is often complex and fragile. But we must realize that, and we must nurture this, since this is the instinctive core of our personality. Excuse me. Then, the false self is created to protect the true self, okay, from danger and from insult. Okay, ito yung naging defense mechanism natin, okay? Para to keep ourselves sane. Kasi, aminin man natin sa hindi, di ba, naaapektuhan tayo every time na may nagbabasya sa atin o every time kapag o as simple as hindi ni-like ni crush, di ba, yung mga post mo or hindi nag-gain ng popularity sa social media yung mga post mo. So, yun, ang laki ng effect nun sa atin, okay? Since ang interaction natin is purely online, okay? There's no physical presence required. Diba? There's no physical presence required, and individuals became prone to create false self and their online identities. Okay? And their online identities become an extension of who they are in cyber community. Diba? It becomes our extension. Aminin man natin sa hindi, diba? Kasi it is that particular challenge, a particular channel na we are able to express, okay, ourselves. So we are able to express what's going on in our mind, and we're able to express how do we feel and our point of view, and etc. and etc. However, there's this danger. There's always positive and negative to everything. Okay? Lahat ng bagay may positive, may negative, di ba? So what are the dangers in social media? So teens, okay, sometimes including adults, okay, it's not just including adults, are constantly trying to define themselves, di ba? We are in constant struggle to define ourselves in social media. Lalo na we are pressured kung ano may nakikita natin sa social media, ano yung trending, ano yung uso, ano yung mga bagay na alam mo yun, yung nakaka-gather siya ng fraction ng mga likes, ng mga love, ng mga shares and everything. And 'di ba, ginagawa na ngang trabaho ang social media ng ibang ng most of us now, 'di ba? Na pinagkakakitaan na rin ang social media. Kaya we most of the people are trying to think of parang nagiging creative sila. Ano kayang ipo-post ko? Ano kaya yung mga ipo-post ko sa social media para maka-gather ako ng mas maraming share, mas maganda yun. Kasi pwede kong i-monetize yung aking social media. Okay? Because of that, di ba? Ah, we are trying to post something which we are not. 'Di ba? We are trying so much to to do something para lang sa monetary motivation niya, para sa monetary reward na inaasahan at the end of the day. Okay? And with all of those posting, we all crave for positive feedback. Lahat naman, di ba? We all crave for positive feedback. Kahit na ano pang sabi mo, hindi, okay lang yan. Kung hindi mamalay, kung hindi to. But at deep inside, we all wanted a positive feedback. Because it will help us see how our identity fits into the world. Nakinigauge natin yung acceptance natin into the world. Kapag maraming like, di ba? Ibig sabihin, we are all accepted. Maraming nakakagusto sa atin. Marami tayong na-attract, di ba? Ibig sabihin, fit tayo. Diba? Kasi kung walang nagla-like, kung walang pumapansin sa mga post natin, sinasabi na, ay, no, hindi popular, o misfits ako, ganon. And by doing that, we open ourselves to a greater danger. Why? Kasi marami, di ba? Maraming nag-grab ng mga, yung nagnanakaw ng identity ng iba. Yung ginagrab yung mga pictures and they are creating false profile na ini-scam nila and so on and so forth. Di ba? We open up ourselves to a much greater danger. Yeah, the dangerous possibility kasi yung privacy natin nako-compromise sa lahat ng mga sinashare natin, di ba? Kasi we tend to overshare. Lahat na lang ng ginagawa natin, di ba? Sinashare natin. Okay, so online identities. So, di ba sabi natin kanina, nagkakaroon tayo ng online identities because we are trying to fit in, di ba? So online identities is the person's sum total of all the features and relations as they mingle differently with each website they visit. Okay? So, different website, different characteristics, different posting ang ginagawa ninyo. Iba ang post mo sa Facebook, iba ang post mo sa Twitter, iba ang post mo sa YouTube, o iba ang post mo sa Instagram, and so on and so forth. Di ba? Kasi iba't iba yung characteristics, iba't iba ang audience, iba't iba yung topic, di ba? Iba't iba yung attraction nila. Okay? And because every website has its own identity. Okay? So every website has its own identity. However, it enables them to participate and be part of the virtual communities beyond physical and geographical limits. So ito naman yung maganda sa paggamit natin ng technology. Hindi na natin kailangan mag-travel pa just to make friends. Di ba? Kahit na nasa ang lupalop ka pa, kahit nasa sa ibang bansa ka pa, kahit na anong oras ka pa, you have the capacity to, excuse. Okay, so excuse me. May nakaalala ata sa akin. Well, anyway, to continue. Sabi nga natin, because of technology, we defy geographical limits, di ba? Kahit nasa anong lugar ka pa, bansa ka pa, kahit na anong oras, you are still able to make friends. Diba? Nakakapag dumadami ang ating network, dumadami ang circle of friends natin, dumadami ang opportunity natin because of technology. Kaya sinasabi, we defy the geographical limits. We don't have to be physically there to say hi, to make friends, or to do whatever we want to do. By using technology, we're able to do the things that we cannot do before. Okay? And as we interact, we are able to leave online footprints. Yun naman ang negative. Online footprints. Kasi itong mga online footprints, these are digital traces. Okay? These are digital traces na hindi mo na mabubura. Okay? Kahit na sabihin mo, hindi ma'am, dinilit ko na siya sa profile ko. O kaya, hindi ma'am, kasi naka-private ako. Okay? Hindi. Once you shared it, nandun na yun sa cyberspace. We don't know where, but nandun yun. And anybody can access that. Okay? So, laging sinasabi sa inyo that you have to be very careful kung ano yung sinishare ninyo. Yes po. Any question? May nagtaas ng kamay?
Napindot lang po, ma'am.
Okay, sige. Okay, so we continue. Okay, so ano naman yung online disembodiment? So online disembodiment is the ability of the individual to redefine themselves, act differently, and conceal true selves to other in cyberspace are bound to happen. Diba? So, you tend to act differently. You tend to redefine yourself. Okay, so these are an online disembodiment. Kasi nga, di ba, every website has its own characteristics. Depende sa mood natin kung ano yung gusto nating i-post, di ba? Pagka masaya tayo, ang dami nating pinupost. Kapag malungkot tayo, nagpo-post din tayo ng kalungkutan natin. Pag asar tayo, ganun din, di ba? And then, we are trying to tell the world na ito ako ngayon. May it be sinasabi mo, oh, nasa bakasyon na naman ako, oh, nandito na naman ako, naka-holiday na naman ako, oy, marami bago na naman akong gamit, oy, ganito, oy, ganyan. Okay? So, we try to redefine ourselves. Parang gusto natin sabihin sa kanila that this is us. Okay? But in reality, hindi naman talaga yun ang katotohanan eh, di ba? Kasi nagiging selective tayo kung ano lang yung sinishare natin. Okay? Online disinhibition, according to Solar, is when a person opt to adopt false self or fake identities. They are likely to engage in behavior that aren't capable of in real world. So ito naman, online disinhibition, ito naman yung kapasidad natin to do things na differently din. But ito yung mga bagay na hindi natin kayang gawin in actual life. Okay? So, example nito is that because of technology, ang daming filters, 'di ba? Ang daming filters, and then because of these filters, ang ganda-ganda natin sa screen, 'di ba? Napaka-flawless ng balat natin, napaka-fair, ang ganda, ang sexy, 'di ba? And then we are trying to portray na ito ako, flawless ako. Yan, ang ganda-ganda ko. So, nagpe-pretend ka into something else, into things or into someone na hindi naman talaga ikaw 'yon in real life. And another example is that you are trying to portray na philanthropist ka, na mahilig kang tumulong, na natulungan mo na yung ganito, natulungan mo yan, nakapag-raise ka ng charity for this one and for this one, at you are attracting or asking others to participate and to engage in your campaign, parang ganon. Or negatively, pwede mo din naman ipakita sa kanila na 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 ano ka, na matapang ka, na trained ka sa militar, na ganito, na ganyan, na ganito, ganito. Okay? Kahit na ano pwede mong gawin, di ba? Kahit na ano pwede mo siyang i-portray. May it be positive, may it be negative. Okay? Because this is the freedom. Kaya nga 'di ba dun sa mga sinauna nating sinauna yung mga earlier discussion natin, 'di ba? This is one of the problem, 'di ba? Because we lose sight of the authentic self. We lose sight of the authenticity, our authenticity, 'di ba? We lose sight of that because we are trying to pretend to be somebody else. Why? Because we all wanted social acceptance. 'Di ba? We all wanted that. Kasi ano tayo, mga social creatures tayo, mga social beings tayo. And every time that we feel that we are being accepted, okay, nagpo-boost ang ating self-esteem, nagpo-boost ang ating self-confidence. Okay? So there are two categories of online disinhibition. We have the benign disinhibition and the toxic disinhibition. Okay? The benign disinhibition occurs when people tend to self-disclosure more on internet than they would in real life, or go out of their way to help someone or to show kindness. Okay? So this is benign disinhibition. We also have this toxic disinhibition. It is when they use rude languages, bully or threaten others on online platforms, and go to websites with contents of violence, crimes, and pornography. This is toxic disinhibition. Okay? Because ayan, ginagawa mo o ginagamit mo ang social media para makapambuli ka, 'di ba? Or para makagawa ka ng mga bagay na hindi maganda to your own advantage. Okay? Or, 'di ba? Minsan noticide natin we are trying to access pornography. 'Di ba? Or minsan nagshi-share din tayo ng mga ng mga violent crimes, ng mga ginrab natin ng mga videos sinishare natin. Okay? Minsan hindi natin alam, 'di ba, kung anong impact ng mga sinishare natin sa ibang tao. Just share lang tayo ng share. But we without really thinking kung ano yung impact ng mga sinishare natin sa iba, sa mga friends natin o kung sino man yung nakakakita ng mga postings natin. Okay? So this is toxic disinhibition. Okay, so there are several reasons why people take part in online disinhibition. Okay, maraming rason. And one of this is maybe due to the advantage of anonymity. Kasi 'di ba, we can always conceal kung ano yung identity natin through identity natin kasi merong mga avatar, 'di ba? Merong mga pwede tayong mag-create ng mga fake profiles, pwede tayo mag-conceal ng mga identities natin, okay? So this is one of the advantage of anonymity. Kaya nagagawa natin yung pagpo-post ng mga bagay-bagay na hindi naman talaga dapat i-post. Wala lang, trip lang natin. O minsan na-challenge tayo, challenge tayo ng iba, sinasabi ng iba na, sige, post mo yan, kaya mo i-post yan, o hindi mo kaya i-post yan. Tapos tayo, syempre, mga social being, na because of peer pressure, nagagawa natin yung mga bagay na hindi naman talaga dapat. Okay? And then another one is visual invisibility or virtual invisibility. Okay? Why? Kasi it's just online. Okay? Walang physical presence, di ba, required. So, kapag nagalit sa atin, hindi tayo pwedeng sampalin, no? Hindi tayo pwedeng suntukin, di ba? Kung nagagalit sila sa atin. And this is what we what we mean by virtual invisibility. Andun lang yung pangalan natin, andun na yung pictures natin, but nobody can ever physically hurt us. Diba? Another one is asynchronous communication. So, ibig sabihin, we have this tendency to record things. And then these recorded things can be posted doon sa social media. Okay? Magagawa natin yung kahit na hindi real time. Okay? Pwede nating i-record and post it. Okay? And then personal interjections. So these are the things, yung mga hugot natin. Okay, mga hugot natin, 'di ba? Pino-post pa natin sa social media. Mga hugot natin, mga galit natin o kung ano mang mga strong emotions that we have. And we are able to let it out. Okay? And social media becomes our channels. Okay? Sa mga ganitong bagay. Okay, so the extended self in digital world. Okay, so according to Russell Delft, there are 5 modifications evolving the current digital age. So one is dematerialization, the other is re-embodiment, third is sharing, fourth is co-construction of the self, and fifth is the distributed memory. So first we discuss the dematerialization. Dematerialization is the manner informations are presented varies from printed sources to digital version where written words are unseen and irrelevant. Composed of digital streams stored in devices in locations no one knows. Diba? So these are dematerialization. We don't need to have this physical book already. Kaya kasi meron ng mga e-books. Diba? We don't need to be physically in a certain location kasi meron namang mga video calls. Diba? So these are the things na nadidematerialize na. Hindi na natin kailangan gumawa pa ng mga physical diaries natin kasi pwede na tayo mag-vlog. Diba? So, yung mga ganon. So, he proposed 4 functions of the virtual consumption towards enhancements of the self or the sense of self from virtual possession. First, it motivates consumers' desire for both material and virtual goods. Well, maraming online selling na nangyayari, di ba? And because of this online selling, kahit na nasa bahay ka lang, comfort of your room, or nakapantulog ka lang, o kung nasan ka man, because of online, di ba? Marami, parang, pwede ka na mag-shopping, di ba? Kahit hindi mo na kailangan mamasahe pa, hindi mo na kailangan lumabas pa, whatever. Pwede ka nang mag-shopping online. Okay? So this is a way for market to motivate consumers for the desire of both material and virtual goods. Then actualize possible daydreams. Yung mga wishes natin, yung mga I wish nagawa ko to, I wish nakapag-makeup ako ng ito, I wish maging fair yung complexion ko, I wish ganito, I wish ganyan. Okay? You can actually do that in social media. Or diba? Kasi maraming filters. So, maraming way kung paano mo ma-actualize yung mga daydreams mo. Ay, yung mga fantasies mo. You can reenact that. Why? Kasi 'di ba may mga games, 'di ba? May mga games wherein pwede kang maging soldiers. Pwede kang maging pero pwede kang magkaroon ng superpowers, 'di ba? Or pwedeng maging masculine yung katawan mo, maging malakas ka o pwedeng maging sexy yung katawan. So these are fantasies that we can reenact through social media. Okay? And the same time, the negative side, it facilitates crime in video games. Diba? Kung natatandaan ninyo, may nabalita no, na isang application, okay, na application wherein itong application na to, inuutusan niya yung individual na nag-access dun sa application na yon to do some self-harm. Di ba? Hanggang sa nababalita na nag-commit ng suicide, nag-attempt ng suicide kasi nga inutusan daw nung application na yon. So, ganun. Maraming ganun na nangyayari. Okay? Through the access of technology or through social media. Okay, so second is re-embodiment. Re-embodiment is characterized as a breakout of visuals, leading to constructions and deconstructions of self in cyber world. So individual can employ mysterious and fictitious identities and enact wild imaginations. Okay, so re-embodiment. You can always do that. Okay? You can always do that. Kasi nga, di ba, Virtual naman eh. Hindi ka naman makikita eh. You can always conceal your true identities. Di ba? Next is sharing. Sharing, the web provides free access of various informations online. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, diaries before, prevalent. But now, yung mga diaries, wala na. Meron ng mga vlog o vlogs. Di ba? And, kasi pwede ka na nga, di ba? Pwede mong i-document lahat eh. Di ba? Yung, uh, kung nasan ka, kung anong ginagawa mo, kung anong meron ka, kung anong pinagdadaanan mo. Kasama na yun. Kaya kasama yun sa ginagawa ngayon ng mga bloggers o bloggers. Okay. And next is the co-constructions of the self. The co-constructions of
Yeah.
So the co-constructions of the self, the digital involvement are social in nature. Friends, comments, and our social interaction help in constructing sense of selves. Okay, co-construction of the self, di ba? Sabi ko nga sa inyo kanina, every post natin, di ba? Kung ano may ginagawa natin online, gusto natin, syempre primarily, to attract attention, di ba? More like, the more we feel good about ourselves. More share, the more we feel good ourselves. Tumataas ang self-esteem, tumataas ang self-confidence, pag mas maraming like. And at the same time, the downside nun, kapag walang like, pag walang share, bumababa din ang ating self-esteem, bumababa din ang ating self-confidence. Kaya naaapektuhan din yung self natin. Okay? Next is distributed memory. So the digital world offers new way of recording and sharing photos. However, this does not give an accurate account of memories because individual has the option to pre-select whatever he or she wants to share. Distributed memories. So, ito yung mga, diba? Yung pag sa social media, sabi natin, I checked in. Okay, nandito ako sa ganitong lugar. And at the moment, ito yung kinakain ko. Next time, pupunta ako, I have this one. Parang, next month, punta naman ako dito sa lugar na to. And then, bibili naman ako ng mga ganito. We all share good things. Why? However, sabi nga, this is not the accurate account of memories because we have the capacity to pre-selected lang itong mga memories na to. Hindi, that is not the true account of your memories. Kasi, di ba? Siyempre, gusto natin, di ba? Puro positive, di ba? Ang ipopost natin, di ba? So, yun yung danger din. Hindi siya true account of our memories because we have this capacity to pre-select lang. Kaya akala ng ibang tao, uy, perfect ang life niya. Uy, perfect ang ganito niya. Hindi siya, wala siyang problema, ganito. It's simply because we pre-select whatever we want to share. Okay, so, now we move to cyberbullying. Okay? Ano yung cyberbullying? Cyberbullying is sending hurtful or threatening emails or instant messages, spreading rumors, or posting embarrassing videos or photos of others. And according to research, 68% of the victims nagsasalita, nagsasabi na nabully sila. However, meron pa ring 38% na tumatahimik na lang because they are so very upset and they are afraid to speak up. Okay, so kawawa naman yung 38% na yon. Malay nyo dun sa 38% na yon, nandun na yung pinsan nyo, kaibigan nyo, o kung sino pa man, na hindi nyo alam nagsasuffer na pala ng cyberbullying o victim na pala siya ng cyberbullying. Okay, so there are different types of cyberbullying. So we have the flaming. This is online fights using electronic messages with angry and vulgar languages. This is to elicit negative reaction. O online fights. Diba? Nakikipag-away ka online. Diba? Exchange of this angry words, vulgar languages. Okay? So yun, flaming yun. Kasi diba, hindi na dapat hindi na tayo dapat nakikipag-away online, di ba? Kasi hindi na ano ba yung na-achieve natin pag nakikipag-away tayo online? Wala naman, di ba? It's parang a negative naman yung impact noon, a negative portrayal yon on our part. Okay, so that's one of the type flaming. Next, it's harassment. Harassment is a repeatedly sending offensive, rude, and insulting messages. Harassment. O ito yung harassment. O kaya kasama ka sa isang GC. Tapos sinabi ng isang grupo, ay itong si Lisa, pangat yan. O itong si Lisa sinungaling. Itong si Lisa yan. Huwag natin isama sa grupo kasi tamad yan. Ay, harassment na yun. Diba? Harassment na yun. Pagkatapos i-message ka pa nitong mga taong sabihin, oh, bakit ka nagagalit? Bakit? Totoo naman, di ba? Totoo naman. So, dapat hindi ka nagagalit kasi talaga namang bobo ka eh. Talaga namang pangit ka, talaga namang malandi ka eh, di ba? So, ganun, harassment na yun. Paulit-ulit na sinasabi sa itong mga hurtful messages na to. Okay. Then we also have this cyber stalking. So cyber stalking is engaging in others' online activities that make a person afraid for his or her own safety. Cyber stalking, di ba? Aminin man sa natin na hindi. Ini-stalk natin ang mga ex natin, di ba? Or yung mga bagong girlfriend o boyfriend ng ex natin. Tinitignan natin, maganda ba yan? Masaya ba sila? O mga ganon, di ba? And sometimes, hindi not sometimes, but oftentimes, nagiging na siya, uncontrollable na siya. Okay? Na sa sobrang emotions natin, sa galit natin, sa pag-stalk natin dun sa bagong girlfriend o boyfriend ng ex natin, nagpe-pretend tayo to be somebody else and then sinasabi natin, oh, sige, huwag kang lalabas. Pag lumabas ka, lagyan kita ng gripo sa tagiliran. Kaya buhusan kita ng aksido. Ganon. So, cyber stalking, engaging online activities that makes a person afraid of his or own safety. Siyempre, pagka na-receive na yun nung recipients, di ba? Ay, nakakatakot na yun kasi he or she might feel na hindi na siya safe lumabas ng bahay because of those threats. Di ba? So, and then we have this teasing. Teasing the spreading cruel gossips or rumors about a person to damage his or her reputation or friendship. Also, spreading rumors. So, may galit tayo sa isang tao. So, magpo-post tayo ng mga blind items. Dahil sabihin mo, meron akong kakilala, isang babae, matangkad, ganito, ganyan. Alam nyo ba na 10 na ang boyfriend niyan at pinagsabay-sabay pa? Alam nyo ba, hindi na yan virgin. Alam nyo ba, may anak na. Mga ganon. Pero blind items lang siya, no? Tapos, you are trying to spread those gossips and then later on, nagbibigay na kayo ng clues leading to the identity ng sinasabi ninyong person. Okay? So, that's type of bullying. So, another type of bullying is impersonation or masquerading. This is pretending to be someone else and sending or posting materials online that damages a person's reputations or friendship. Okay, so these are impersonations. So you are grabbing pictures, you are grabbing identities of somebody else and posting on their behalf. Okay, so sinisira, nagpo-post kayo ng hindi maganda, nag-i-impersonate kayo ng somebody else simply because you wanted to ruin the reputation of that person. Okay, next is we have the exclusion. So, intentional excluding someone from an online group like buddy list. So, ayan, may GC kayo. Yeah? So, member ka ng GC, tapos all of a sudden, nagulat ka na lang kasi ka na nakakatanggap ng messages from that GC. Yung pala, tinanggal ka na nila. Diba? So, yung ganun, exclusion. And ang sakit nun, doon sa na-exclude, doon sa natanggal. Kasi hindi niya alam, bakit kaya ka tinanggal? Anong, yes, Miss Reina? Do you want to say something? Reina, do you want to say something?
Ma'am.
Opo.
Ma'am, napindot lang po.
Okay, sige. Okay, so we continue. We also have this doxing or outing. Okay, so it is exposing secrets or embarrassing information online. So, exposing secrets or embarrassing information online. So, bigla kayong nakipag-break sa boyfriend o girlfriend ninyo at sa galit ninyo, binulalas ninyo sa social media yung sikreto niya. Sinabi nyo, ay nako, maitim ang kuyukot ng lalaking yan o ng babaeng yan. Sabihin nyo, ay nako, puro padding lang ang daddy niyan. Yung kine-expose yung secret niya, bakit mo kailangan sabihin yun, di ba? Masama ba ang loob ninyo, kaya nyo sinabi yun, di ba? Hindi na kailangan eh. Hindi nyo naman kailangan gawin yun. But, other people are doing that. Kasi hindi nila nakokontrol yung emotions nila. And because they are being clouded, too much emotions, hindi na nagiging maganda yung decision makings nila. Kaya, marami silang nagagawang kapalpakan. Okay. We also have this trickery. Trickery is befriending someone, then abuse the trust by sharing public information to others. Okay, so now, stalk mo yung bagong girlfriend o boyfriend ng ex mo, di ba? So, you're trying to be somebody else. You're trying to be friend with him or her, di ba? Then, kapag ka-friends na kayo, then, naging friend na kayo, so marami ka nang alam about him or about her, and then you will going to expose kung ano man yung secret niya. And you'll share it in public. Okay? Because you have abused the trust, and then yun, tinrick mo siya na kunyari friends kayo, but meron ka palang hidden agenda kung bakit mo siya kinaibigan. Okay, we also have trapping. Okay, we also have self-harming, trolling, and happy slapping. Okay, so these are the definition of the other types of cyberbullying. Okay, so I have included this video. Meron tong link. You can watch this on your own convenient time. Okay? Para mas, alam niyo, supplemental, para mas maintindihan niyo yung impact ng cyberbullying sa ibang tao. Okay? So, there are other social media phenomena. We have also scams. We have social engineering. We have catfishing. We have sexting. And we have cyber mobbing. Okay, so besides sa mga different types of cyberbullying, these are other social media phenomena na nangyayari talaga in real life. Okay? So, these are the definition. Meron din gift card scam. We have the impersonation or the identity theft, the flaming na nabanggit na natin kanina, the dissing, happy slapping, the phishing, and the sexting. Okay? So, these are the effects of cyberbullying. Siyempre, pagka-biktima ka ng cyberbullying, nagagalit ka, di ba? Bakit niyo ako ginaganito? Anong kasalanan ko sa inyo? Isolation, siyempre, because nagagalit ka, yung feeling mo, galitang marami kang kaaway, so you tend to isolate yourself. You tend to build this defensive mechanism, this wall to protect yourself. Kaya you tend to isolate yourself. And when you isolate yourself, nagsisimula na o nag-start na ang frustrations, ang anxiety, ang depression. Okay? At pagka nag-set na yung too much stress, na-depress na kayo, nagsisimula na yung physiological effect nun. Nagkakasakit na kayo. Okay? And then, na-disturb na yung mental health ninyo. Na feeling ninyo wala na kayong gagawing tama. Na feeling ninyo lahat ng gagawin ninyo ay magdudulot ng kahihiyan. Kaya kahit na wala kang ginagawa, you feel humiliated kasi bumababa na yung self-esteem mo o self-confidence mo. Okay? So, these are the issues kids or an adolescents or teenagers or even adults feel as a result from cyberbullying. Okay? So, sinasabi that 9% okay, began abusing alcohol or drugs. Okay? So, they resort into that. Kasi pag lasing sila o pag high sila on drugs, they feel good about themselves. Right? Hindi nila naiisip yung problema. Okay? So, yun ang isa sa mga issue kapag kabiktima ka ng cyberbullying. Some, 14%, develop eating disorders. Kaya, again, eating disorders, nabulit sila kasi ang tatabanan nila, no? So, sinasabi nila, ang taba mo, ganito, ganito. So, ikaw, para hindi ka na mabuli, so you tend to magpapayat. So, you develop these eating disorders. And then, others started skipping classes. Diba? Lalo na pag yung nambubuli sa kanila ay nasa school o classmate nila or kung ano man. Diba? They start skipping classes. Ayaw nila nang pumasok because of that. Nangyari yan sa anak ko. Okay, nangyari yan sa anak ko. Kasi nasa abroad ako that time. So, yung anak ko nag-message sa akin. Sabi niya, ma, ayoko nang pumasok. Sabi ko, bakit? Kasi ma, nabubuli ako sa school eh. Sabi nila, pag nakita daw nila ako sa school, bubugbugin nila ako, ganun. So, yung effect nun sa anak ko, di na siya pumasok. Nag-stop siya nun, wala akong magawa kasi takot na takot siya until I decided to go home and then go to the school and speak to the principals o to the authority para ma-stop na yung bullying sa anak ko. But the effect on that ay napakalaki sa anak ko. And I'm sure, madami din sa inyo or meron ka kayong kakilala na nakaka-apekto ng mga ganito. Ito yung nagiging negative effect. They decided not to go to school anymore, especially kapag ang bully o nambubuli sa kanila ay nasa school. Okay? And others stop using social media to the point na they stop using social media. They don't want to use social media anymore because of that. Okay? And they, some, 25%, engage in self-harm. Okay? So, engage in self-harm. Okay? And others decided their social media, deleted their social media profile. So, to the extent, di ba? To the extent that they have deleted their social media profile kasi ayaw na nila na ayaw na nila pang mabully. Okay? So, 26%, okay? So 26% had this suicidal thoughts. Okay, that's suicidal thoughts, di ba? Kasi they feel that they don't belong, nobody loves them, di ba? So they tend to harm themselves until to the point that they want to commit suicide. Okay, and they develop depressions. 37% develop depressions. 41% develop social anxiety. So these are the issues kids, adult, teenagers, even adults results from bullying. Kaya malala ang issue ng bullying at napakalaki ng impact nun sa individual. Okay? And statistics shows, according to the report of UNICEF, 33% of young people in 30 countries who were victims of cyberbullying. Then 20% skip schools due to online bullying and violence. 33% percentage of cyber violence experienced by Filipinos are in verbal form. And 25% of cyber violence experienced by Filipinos are through sexual messages. Okay? These are figures, true figures, di ba? From statistics, from surveys na kinonduct. Okay? That 40% of adults haven't been bullied or harassed online. Ganun kadami, 40% na harass na o naka-experience na ng bullying online. Okay? And according to gender statistics, sinasabi that male has a slightly higher prevalence of cyber violence compared to female, which is 43%. Okay, so, sabi nga ng UNICEF, because of cyberbullying, okay, ang daming nagko-commit ng suicide, ang daming nadidepress, ang daming nagkaka-develop ng social anxiety. Sabi nga, di ba, ang kabataan ng pag-asa ng bayan. But anong klaseng kabataan meron tayo kapag most of our or majority ng kabataan natin ay biktima ng cyberbullying? Okay? So one shot is enough. Cyberbullying represents one of the main causes of depression and suicide among kids at school. If you have a smartphone, use it wisely. Don't kill anyone's self-esteem. So yan ang global na panawag o pananawagan ng UNICEF. Okay, so another, I have included this video as a supplement for you to in-depthly understand the effect of cyberbullying. Okay, so you can watch this on your own time. Okay, then dito naman sa bansa natin, meron ng mga batas. Okay, meron mga batas para ma-prevent ang cyberbullying o para maprotektahan ang ating mga kabataan. Diba? Ito nga, diba? Sa DepEd, meron silang child protection policy. At everybody is mandated to follow these guidelines. We also have this Data Privacy Act of 2012, diba? Na kung saan ang ating identity ay pinangangalagaan o protected ng batas. Okay? And then, I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, then we also have this Republic Act 10627 or the Anti-Bullying Act of 2013. Okay, so we also have this suggested checklist, okay, for parents or mental health providers. Okay, so first, embrace the world or embrace their world or embrace your world. Diba? You have to have this acceptance. Whether we like it or not, technology is there. Whether we like it or not, social media is there. We have to accept the fact na nag-exist yun. Okay? So we just have to be very careful kung ano yung mga pinopost natin. Okay? Kung ano yung mga nakikita natin sa ibang tao. We have to respect. Okay? We have to respect their devices but teach them screen time. So, ibig sabihin, we respect na hindi rin natin maiiwasan na everybody has its own gadgets. Everybody has access to social media. Okay? So, we just have to have this respect on each other. However, we have to implement on ourselves the screen time. We have to limit ourselves kung ilang minutes lang, ilang oras lang dapat tayo nasa online. Okay? Then, help manage the digital footprint. So, ibig sabihin lang, we have to be wise kung ano yung sinishare natin online. Kung ano yung mga kiniklik nating mga websites. Okay? Hindi lahat na sinishare natin. Okay? Kaya nga sinasabi, think before you click. Kasi kung ano man na share mo, will be there forever. Kahit sabihin mo, hindi ma'am, dinilit ko na. O hindi ma'am, nakaganito ko. It will be there forever. Okay? If anything happens that makes them feel, or it makes you feel scared, mean, or suspicious, and they will tell you, you listen. So, ibig sabihin, if you have experienced something, or if you experience cyberbullying, o kung ano mang harassment online, o kung ano man nag-scam sa inyo, o kung ano pa man, please speak up. Tell it to your friends. Tell it to your parents. Kung may friends kayo na nakaka-experience ng ganun, makinig kayo. Pakinggan nyo sila. Okay? Kasi they are experiencing something really na hindi rin talaga naman nakakatulong sa kanilang mental health. Okay? So, this is just a reminder. Okay? We have to think of our motives. So, what is the purpose? Will this material matter naman? So, ibig sabihin, we have to think, ano bang motibo natin? Okay? Pag pinost natin to, bakit natin kailangan i-post to? So, tanungin natin sarili natin, ano ba yung motibo natin? Okay? And then, we have to be wise. Will it embarrass someone? Okay? So, ibig sabihin, we have to think, kapag pinost ko ba to, may masasaktan ba ako? Or wala? May mapapahiya ba ako? O wala? Ganon. We have to be wise. We have to be very careful. And then, is it worth it? Does everybody needs to know? Kailangan bang malaman kung ang ng buong mundo, kung anong almusal ko, kung anong tanghalian ko, kung nasaan ako, kung anong ginagawa? Kailangan ba talaga nilang malaman? Di ba? So, is it worth it? Di ba? Parang ganon. So, is encouraging. Does it invite interest? So, ibig sabihin, nakaka-good vibes ba to? Nakakatulong ba? Nakaka-enhance ba ng ibang tao to? Na-encourage ba sila to do good things? O na-encourage, o baka ma-encourage ko sila to do bad things? Yung ganon. So, we really have to be, we have really to think, okay? And is it the truth? At totoo ba tong sinishare ko? Kasi social media. Therefore, it is not the real us. This is not the real thing. Yeah? Okay. So, these are just following suggestions to keep in mind. First, you think before you click. You stick to safer website. Maraming wag kayong basta click ng website. Kasi, di ba, yung theft, di ba, cyber theft, that they can get your identities. And you have to guard your password. Make it a habit to change your password every two weeks or every week even. Okay? And be choosy about online friends and do not hang out with wrong crowds or online or offline. So, ibig sabihin, yung choosy ka, no? Ay, bakit ka makikipag-friend o makikipag-hangout online doon sa mga taon masyadong bulgar magsalita, yung mura ng mura, yung ganito, yung pasosyal, yung pagganyan. So, you have to be very choosy, no? Kasi, magagaya mo, ma-adapt mo yung behavior nila eh. Ma-adapt mo yun kasi day in, day out, laging kayong magkasama. So, the danger na ma-adapt mo yung behavior nila will always be there. So, you have to be very choosy. Hindi mo kailangan ng 100 follower, ng 100 friends. You just need to have few true friends. Okay? So, remember that anything you put online or post will be there forever. Okay? So, yung online footprints na sinasabi natin. Okay? Don't be mean and embarrass others online. Respect, okay, other people in online community. Okay? So, limit what you share and avoid oversharing, especially confidential information. And avoid posting anything when experiencing strong emotions. Okay? So, sinasabi nga natin, if you are not part of the solution, therefore, you are the problem. Okay, so sabi nga, huwag tayong rant ng rant, di ba? Kung may problema, mag-isip tayo ng solusyon, mag-suggest tayo ng solusyon. Hindi yung angal lang tayo ng angal o reklamo lang tayo ng reklamo. Kasi yung reklamo o angal natin, walang magbabago doon kung hindi tayo magpo-propose ng solusyon. Therefore, if you're not part of the solution, then you are the problem. Okay. So that's it for our discussion for this morning, and I hope na meron kayong mga natutunan sa ating munting discussion. Let me just click this one. Okay, so once again, thank you for listening